I'm gonna mention something I saw on some guy's YouTube. He was playing something, and he's playing Life is Strange. I think it was the second or first episode, and he then it showed the end, and where it showed the binders, and it had Kate Marsh's picture, and then he pointed out something I didn't think about. There's pill bottles there, and then they at the end of the second one where you see the binders and Kate Marsh's picture, like,
Yeah.
and apparently there was some kind of medication or pill bottles there, which might not mean anything, but didn't they? Was it Chloe and both Chloe and
Max?
Kate? Both Chloe and Kate said that they were drugged or some shit like that.
They were drugged.
So that makes me think now maybe it's not David Manson, maybe it's somebody else who's the perpetrator. I don't know. This is so fucked.
Because, well, remember, Chloe mentioned this in episode 1 when you were at that patio, that she was drugged by Nathan, and Nathan, being that creeper, did some crazy stuff around her, that nothing bad that I know of. And Kate, and we find out more about Kate. She did this. Nate probably did the same thing to her. But we don't know.
Another theory that made sense was that maybe Nathan did the drugging, and this is kind of far-fetched, sort of, but Mr. Jefferson, since he's such a photographer, he was taking pictures and shit, and that's what's in those binders, is pictures of the
If your theory is right on if Nathan does the drugging, but Jefferson does the pictures, if you're right on this, do you know how many people's minds you're gonna blow?
I have one more. You got something?
I think this. I'm gonna say, from what I've seen, yeah, there has to be a connection with Kate. I think there definitely is a connection with the Vortex Club. Chloe is trying to figure it out just as much as anyone. I do believe that 100% that if I had to make a guess on what happened to Rachel, I 100% believe she is dead at this point. But I'm not, and I'm thinking, like, because the tornado is coming, it's like kind of like, I guess you could tell Blackwell's Judgment Day, that you're going to be able to decide who you want to save and who you want to take with you. And
Definitely.
Although it will be, like, right now it seems like, this is my theory, although it may seem like you want to have him dead right now, I think there's going to be something interesting that'll pop up in maybe, like, episode 3 or 4, like, you're like, I don't want to kill Nathan now. I don't want to kill him. You're going to have that moment, you're like, God, I don't want to have him die in episode 5 now. God damn it, what the hell? And that's what I love what games to do. So if I had to say, I gotta fix this. If I had to say, I believe we're gonna find out who it's gonna be in, like, I think at the very last second at episode 3, and then it cuts off and says you gotta find out in episode 4.
Definitely something like that.
They will do something like that, and it would be so ingenious it would still blow my mind.
There's this thing that there's something that I know a lot of movies do, and they could definitely do it with this, and it might piss a lot of people off, but I read some things that are theories that people say that I bet what's gonna happen is at the very end, for like a climactic thing, she's gonna be able to somehow rewind all the way to the freaking beginning or some shit. But my theory is why she can see or has premonitions of the future is because she was already there, and she rewound. She rewound all the way to the beginning in order to because the choice at the end.
Yeah.
The choice in the end is going to be between saving Chloe, which is rewinding all the way back to the beginning, or saving everybody else. Which thus, if you choose to save everybody else, you have to rewind. Somehow she gets stronger powers. She has to rewind all the way back to the beginning, and you don't save Chloe, which is be fucked up. But you don't save Chloe, and then she loses her, and she lost her. A lot of her memory or something. That's why you're seeing the fucking tornadoes, because they already happened.
Ooh, that is a good theory, man. That is a good theory. If you do want to check out like 2 Let's Players, including myself, these are 2 of them. One of them is my buddy, and one of them is me. I would love to include you in these arguments if we ever did a let's talk Life is Strange theory thing. I'm already gonna put this up, so don't worry about that.
Awesome.
But I am gonna definitely love that theory where you have a choice to save Chloe or everyone. I'm gonna love that theory, and I actually will support that theory because it would make sense. They've done that before, where you have to make a decision. Do you choose everyone or do you choose your best friend? And you're like,
yeah.
Fuck. What do I do? Shit.
There's definitely one thing that I've been looking up even stuff about science and stuff. I can't think of any even slightly possible reason of how she just all of a sudden got her powers. That one doesn't make sense, and I don't know if they'll ever be explained. But I have no idea where she just gets her powers from.
Yeah,
But
I think that's what I want them to address in the future. Like, why does it happen like right now? No, it's not some omnipotent beings like I'm trying to warn you of the future. You need to hurry. Then she would have she would have sounded like a crazy person. She would have started blabbering everyone, "Hey, there's a tornado coming in this area."
I'll be fine. It's not a big deal if I'll be fine if they don't if it's never explained where she got her powers. Like, it's annoying, but it's not gonna bug me. But like if they give some stupid reason, that'll bug me. So
yeah. Oh, it just happened because it just had to happen at that time of her age. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I would have been like, what the fuck? Huh? Yeah, but what if you had to say, let me think. What do you think's gonna happen for both scenarios? If you save Kate Marsh, what do you think's gonna happen to her in the next episode? And for your scenario that she dies, what do you think's gonna happen? We're trying to. So it's fair for both sides.
Okay, you mean what's her importance if you keep, or what's gonna happen if you keep her alive?
Yeah, or let's go with if she dies, what's gonna happen to the story?
Okay, so because remember, if she dies, then you and Nathan, David and Jefferson are all in the principal's office, and that's when you have to call out freaking well, you don't have to. I think there's another decision. You could call out Nathan on the whole party and all that shit. So that completely made a big difference. So if she lived, then that might never come to light. So that I don't even know if she lives.
If she lives, it's like the same scenario. Who you gonna rat out on? Jefferson, Madsen, or Nathan? And the majority of people always voted Nathan has to be the one to rat out. The least likely person everybody rats out is Mr. Jefferson. But I want to know, is there a secret life in Mr. Jefferson? Like, we only know he's a teacher and he's this famous photographer, but does he does anything else?
I think he is obviously he's a teacher and everything, but in the beginning of the game, but isn't he pretty much the reason that Max is at Blackwell, and he's like her idol, so I think he's gonna play a huge part in the whole thing, and I have a feeling, because I know movies pretty well, I have a feeling that he doesn't play a good part in it. That's all I can say. There's something. I don't know if he's straight up the bad guy, but there's something.
He's one of the potential bad guys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can see that.
He's too much part of the a story from the very beginning. He's the reason why Max is there. There's a huge connection there. So yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to Max? Because, every time... You've seen it in episode 2. Every time she rewinds her powers now, she's getting a bloody nose. Or her brain's taking too much.
Yeah, there could very well be, at the end, there could be a decision where she's involved too, where, let's say if the whole rewinding all the way back to the beginning thing is a possibility, there could very well be she ends up getting killed because she uses it to save everybody else. She sacrifices herself, maybe.
That would be interesting. You have any closing statements? I'm gonna go and grab something to eat now.
Oh, closing statements. It's hard to even figure out. I don't even know what to say about this game, but people who are watching this play the game. It is crazy. Like
music wise is crazy, story wise is crazy, character wise is crazy.
It'll blow your mind. Hey, may I put my name out there?
Sure you can.
Brian.
Well, this is Brian folks. And,
Yep.
And if I would love to work with this guy if he ever like checks out these two channels. Like one of them is my buddy, and I tell him, and I can give him a good I can put in a good word for saying, hey, this Brian guy, he makes great theories on Life is Strange, and he knows the game.
Awesome. I'll definitely subscribe and check out your guys' stuff.
Yeah. So I gotta get going there. Thanks for talking and making this video with me, dude. Is the stranger with me. But as always, folks, stay you, stay cool, and stay awesome. Bye-bye!